Welcome to Wonder 5. A research done by a couple of political scientists in 2015 indicates that the half of the American public believes in at least one conspiracy theory in any given year. Not all conspiracy theories are untrue, but they all contradict a commonly accepted explanation for the same phenomenon. Once a conspiracy theory becomes the commonly accepted explanation, it ceases to be a conspiracy theory and becomes history or simply fact. Many unproven conspiracy theories exist with varying degrees of popularity, frequently related to clandestine government plans and elaborate murder plots. So let's take a look at the top 5 conspiracy theories on the internet.
5.
The 9/11 conspiracy theory is widespread, just days after the terrorist attacks on New York and Washington, D.C. on September 11, 2001. There are many conspiracy theories that attribute the planning and execution of the September 11 attacks against the United States to parties other than or in addition to Al-Qaeda. The most widespread conspiracy theory is that the collapse of the Twin Towers and 7 World Trade Center were the result of controlled demolitions rather than structural failure due to impact and fire. The another one is that the Pentagon was hit by a missile launched by elements from inside the US government, or that a commercial airliner was allowed to do so via an effective stand-down of the American military. Possible motives claimed by conspiracy theorists for such action include justifying the invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq, later that followed.
4.
On August 31, 1997, a news of fatal car crash in France spread around the globe. The deceased was no other than Diana, Princess of Wales, and with her, Dodi Fayed, the son of Egyptian billionaire, was also deceased. They were in affair at that time. After 1997, it was theorized that there was an orchestrated criminal conspiracy surrounding the death of Diana. One of the main motives which has been advanced for alleged murder includes suggestion that Diana was pregnant with Dodi Fayed's child and the couple were about to get engaged, and that idea was unpalatable to the British state. According to Muhammad Al-Fayed, the royal family could not accept that an Egyptian Muslim could eventually be the stepfather of the future King of England, and so they plotted to kill her off. However, official investigations in both Britain and France found that Diana died in a manner consistent with media reports following the fatal car crash. French officials concluded the couple's driver Henry Paul, who was also killed, was at fault for the crash. According to reports, Paul was impaired by drugs and alcohol and was driving at nearly twice the limit speed when he lost control of the car in that Paris tunnel.
3.
According to Wikipedia, opinion polls taken in various locations have shown that between 6 and 20% of Americans, 25% of Britons, and 28% of Russians surveyed believe that the manned landings were faked. Moon landing conspiracy theories claim that some or all elements of the Apollo program and the associated moon landings were hoaxes staged by NASA, possibly with the aid of other organizations. In 1980, the Flat Earth Society accused NASA of faking the landings, arguing that they were staged by Hollywood with Walt Disney sponsorship, based on a script by Arthur C. Clarke and directed by Stanley Kubrick. Those who believed the moon landings were faked gave several theories about the motives of NASA and the United States government. The main theories are space race between Russia and the United States, NASA funding prestige, and Vietnam War. In 1977, NASA responded and referred to the rocks and particles collected from the moon as being evidence of the program's legitimacy, as they claimed that these rocks could not have been formed under conditions of Earth. NASA also notes that all of the operation and phases of the Apollo program were closely followed and under the scrutiny of news media.
2.
Paul is Dead is an urban legend and conspiracy theory alleging that Paul McCartney of the English rock band The Beatles died in November 1966 and was secretly replaced by a look-alike. In the fall of 1969, rumors spread across American college campuses that Paul had tragically died in a car crash 3 years earlier after angrily running out of a continuous recording session. According to the rumors, the surviving Beatles, perhaps pressured by the British government, decided to cover up the death and replace Paul with a look-alike musician named Billy Campbell. Some say that the Beatles' remarkable global success was a buoy for England financially and culturally. Thus, the government didn't want it to stop prematurely. Conspiracy theorists also claim that John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr were worried how his death might affect the Beatles' huge commercial success, so they cover up his death by replacing him with his look-alike, who acted, looked, and even sounded the part. Others theorize that the government feared the news of Paul's death would trigger suicide worldwide among his millions of teen and preteen fans. In later years, Paul McCartney stopped taking the Paul is dead conspiracy too seriously. He even gave a nod to it by naming his 1993 album Paul is Alive. Apparently, all death rumors die hard. To this day, there are still sites and threads and videos dedicated to this legend.
1.
The term Big Pharma is used to refer collectively to the global pharmaceutical industry. There are conspiracy theories which claim that the medical establishment in general and pharmaceuticals companies in particular, especially the large ones, operates for foul purposes and against the public good. According to the conspiracies, Dove Pharmaceuticals Company only represent about 4% of the Fortune 500. The profit they bring is more than the top 10 companies earned combined. The profit margins are wide and the market share is deep for Big Pharma. This allows them to keep profits up, and since the drugs are less effective, it keeps the patient sick enough to require more and more of the expensive products. A common claim among proponents of the conspiracy theory is that pharmaceuticals companies suppress negative research about their drugs by financially pressuring researchers and journals. Many conspiracists believe that they are hiding the perfect cure for most threatening diseases of our time, such as cancer, HIV/AIDS, and many more alternate treatments. We come up with new amazing videos every week, so subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload a new video. Till then, see you.